What's up, Whiskey Ginger fans? If you want to come see the Red Rocket live, come check me out. This weekend, I'm in Bridgeport, Connecticut at the Stress Factory, June 13, 14, 15. Next weekend, I'm in La Jolla, San Diego, California at the Comedy Store, June 21, 22, 23. And then I will be in Lexington, Kentucky, Comedy Off-Broadway, July 11th, 12th, and 13th. Then I will be in Sacramento, California, July 18, 19, 20. Then I'll be in Montreal, Canada for Just for Laughs, doing 2 shows of my own on the 24th and the 25th. And then on the 26th, I'll be doing a Whiskey Ginger live in Montreal. And then August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, I'm in the St. Louis Helium in St. Louis, Missouri. Check it out at andrewsantino.com. Spread the word, spread the love. Come check me out, baby.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Whiskey Ginger. My guest today is one of my favorite people on earth. I say that for all my guests, but I mean it once again today. It's Tim Dillon. Look at this, huh?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Welcome to Los Angeles.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I think it's day 7.
What happened when you got here? Name the first thing that happened. Did you get a modeling contract?
People told me to leave.
Get the fuck out.
There was a group of people in West Hollywood who came to the house like Frankenstein and basically slammed on the door and said, no, nothing. I mean, everything here is boring.
Yeah.
It's, all these people that think like, LA's evil, it's a pedophile cult, it's this, it's that. It's really just vapid and boring.
Yeah.
It's not this nefarious thing. It's just people just walking around eating poke bowls.
A lot of poke bowls.
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah, but there are a lot of like child sex cults and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah,
you just got to know where to go.
You got to know where to go.
Yeah. You haven't been privy to that yet.
I'm not privy to anything.
Yeah, we'll get you around.
I'm doing spots at the Improv Lab. No, I do some main rooms. I'm doing some main room spots. I know it's tough. It's tough. In the beginning, it's tough.
No, but you're not in the beginning. You came from a level in New York where you were already successful. Now you're kind of... LA makes people semi-start over. You have to like semi-start over. Even if you're successful somewhere else, you come here and LA's like...
Well, I got to start over in every way.
But New York would do that to us.
Yeah, well, yeah, to an extent. I mean, I think now with the podcasting, you can do whatever you're doing from anywhere.
Yeah.
But I got to make new friends. I got to make new,
How many friends do you think you need?
I just want people who have large homes and pools. I mean, let me define friend in the way that I would like to define friend.
Yeah, please.
A friend to me...
Does he have a pool? You have a pool?
No, and that's why he's on probation. A friend to me is somebody that you can really sink your teeth into and suck the blood and the marrow out of them.
Right.
Until, it's no longer beneficial, and then you have to move on to another host. I'm living right now.
You're a parasite.
I'm living in a $2 million home because a friend of mine's family is dissolving. Yeah. Her family's falling apart, so I saw an opportunity there and I grabbed it.
Are you an opportunist, or do you think that's just you? That's genuinely what you want to do with your life? Is you just want to find people that are broken, and you don't fix any of their problems? Do you make them worse?
Come on, you can't. Nobody's problems can get fixed.
Not at all.
Well, not really. No.
So you go into this world knowing she's broken. You know you're not helping, but you're getting exactly what you need.
I know.
You're perfect for LA.
I know that when a corpse is decomposing, okay? There's a whole host of people in the natural world that need to go and feed. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I have to go and feed on the corpse because it's the right thing to do.
It is.
It is actually morally correct. It is morally correct to find opportunities in the pain of others.
Okay, I get that.
This is the reality.
That's the reality of life.
The reality of life is that if you're not doing that,
what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are your main goals and aspirations for stand-up?
I would like to start a small cult where I would decide who gets in. And
would I get in?
I mean, I don't know. You don't need it.
Right.
You don't need it. You've got a wife and a home, and
I'm past the cult.
Yeah, you don't need it. No. I need people who are willing to go out and do things for me,
Right.
Yeah. Like
what's some of the things that people need to do for you?
Punch Elizabeth Warren if I want them to.
Got it.
If I say go and get her, they get her.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. That's a joke, and I'm a comedian.
I'm
a comedian. It's a joke. I'm a comedian.
It's so funny that you have to justify what's a joke now. You can just throw her away if you don't want her anywhere near you.
My whole thing is this.
Cubs.
Here's the reality. As much as I kid around about like, I just like crazy people.
Yeah.
And the friend that I'm living in her house now is really, I had no idea when I met her a few years ago that I would live in her house. I just liked her because she was crazy.
Yeah, she's a psycho.
She's a psycho.
Now, she acknowledges her psychosis, right? She's like, she knows she's nuts.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the first line. This is one of the first lines that came out of her mouth, which made me love her, and I thought was funny. She looked at me very earnestly over lunch, and she said, I feel horrible for Harvey Weinstein. And as soon as she said that, I go, I'm going to be friends with this woman.
Forever.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I said, this is a person, I'm going to take a journey into their life.
Yeah.
Because that's, to me, to say that earnestly.
You also feel bad for Harvey.
No, I don't feel bad for him.
You're bummed out.
I think we could have worked together. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if there's any guy that would have gotten me,
Yeah.
he's a bigger man. He
Yeah.
understands. I think what he did was wrong, but no one, what he did to the, women. But I mean, on an artistic level, could me and Harvey have had you could have worked together on some I think
stuff.
we would have had a great time.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
You know?
I get that. Are you a Cosby denier? Do you feel like what Cosby did was any of that true or no?
No, it was true.
All of it was true?
A lot of it.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this.
What about Michael?
Michael Jackson?
Yeah, or Jordan, either one.
A lot of the Michael Jackson was, I believe, true.
You think a lot of the kid stuff was real?
Yeah.
You think any of that stuff was real? Did he fuck kids? Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I got to tell you.
Let me
A
ask
lot
you
of conspiracies online about those guys looking for money.
I understand that, but I'm just going off of why a grown man would have
sleep
an
in a bed.
amusement park in his home
Okay.
and then sleep in a bed with kids.
Let's talk about it.
It's a bad
Okay.
sign.
Interview me. I'm just a man who lives that same life. I'm not
Okay.
Michael Jackson. I'm just a rich guy.
Okay.
Okay, so interview me.
We're a little concerned. We're
Yeah.
from the neighborhood. We're a little concerned about some of the goings on. I mean, we do appreciate the roller coaster. We do like it.
Yeah, I thought you liked it, didn't you?
We do enjoy it, but a
Yeah.
lot of the kids are having long stays, and I mean, it's not a camp technically, so we don't know what you're doing. And
Well, do you know that we are doing ice cream sandwiches tonight? All through the night, we're making homemade ice cream sandwiches.
really,
Yeah, homemade.
like on cookies, like chipwiches.
Yeah, we're baking the cookies, organic baked cookies, like from scratch, and then we're also making our own ice cream from
Interesting.
scratch.
All right, and so you just sleep with the kids.
Well, I mean, we're up all night eating popcorn and ice cream
Yeah,
sandwiches.
that's fine. I mean, I don't have a huge
If they
problem
end up
with
at the
that.
butt of my bed when I'm sleeping,
yeah.
it's a slumber party.
Well, I got to be honest. Now that you've explained it,
Uh-huh.
I don't have a huge issue. I just got to talk to my wife because you know them. I mean, they're irrational.
I can't believe we let them out of the
They're
house.
irrational. No, but there's a lot of dark stuff happening, and there's
Yeah.
a lot celebrities. There's a whole cottage industry of people that cater to the whims of celebrities and rich people. So if like he wants to get injected with any drug, some guy I can't get medicine I need.
Yeah.
But if he wants to get injected with whatever killed him, there's a doctor that shows up, opens a bag, and just starts
He's good to
poking
go.
him because that's money. I can't get a Z-Pack if I have bronchitis. But if you're a millionaire in LA, somebody will show up and just start injecting you with whatever you want.
Isn't that wonderful though?
It's
Once
why
you get
I'm
to that
here.
level, yeah.
That's why we're
That's why
all
you're
here.
Are you I can't mention his name. This is so I wish I could, but a friend of mine was approached by Kevin Spacey
I've had a friend who was approached by Kevin Spacey too.
to go to Sting's house. He was like, "Do you want to go to Sting's house with me?"
Oh.
What do you think happens there? Give me the picture of what happens when you go to Sting's house with Kevin Spacey.
I don't know. I mean, Sting is. I've never heard anything about Sting, and I've kind of
Really?
I've done episodes on my podcast about human trafficking, and we've talked about celebrities. Sting has never come up.
No.
I talked a lot more about politicians.
He has
than-
legal sex. He
Right?
He's
Isn't
not,
he into like tantric sex?
loves tantric sex.
He loves tantric
Yes.
sex.
So he's big into like going for hours and hours and hours. He's also into.
He's also a good-looking guy. He's talented. He probably has a little small penis.
he loves cucking too.
Right.
Big
okay.
cucker, big cucker.
So what is Spacey doing in that situation?
That's why I want you to paint me the picture.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I would
Give me the best guess. Hey Tim, welcome. I'm Sting's assistant.
and I'm who am I now?
You're you cunt.
Oh.
Hey Tim, welcome. I'm Sting's assistant. I'm Margot. Do you want to go to the back there by the pool?
Sure. What's going on back there? Is it like a Benihana night?
No, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Is
last night.
that what's happening?
Tonight is Chili's. We're doing Chili's night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have Chili's catered in.
and there's just some people to meet back there, some fun people.
Yeah. You want to remove your
Okay.
clothes real quick? Keep your shoes on. Please keep your shoes on. Close
Interesting.
off, shoes on.
Okay.
We're like the opposite of most homes. Most
Yeah.
people make you take off their shoes. We say get your dick out, but leave your shoes on.
And then just whoever wants my dick gets it.
Oh, pretty much.
Interesting.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
Pretty
we're
much.
not super concerned about like making everyone show their license.
No.
Good.
Yeah, why?
Because right.
I don't even know
just
if you
think
can drive.
everybody should just really experience life.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
You're good.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a little old, but you're
right.
good.
Yeah.
We'll take you.
I would like to think Sting's not fucking kids.
No, he doesn't fuck kids.
I hope he's not fucking kids.
I don't think Spacey fuck kids either. I think he hits on kids.
No, I think he fucks kids.
You do?
Well, he's hitting on them. What do you think?
Maybe he's never landed one.
How stupid are those kids? I mean, it's Kevin Spacey. No, if you're hitting on 15-year-olds, you're getting a certain portion of them.
Yeah, you are.
If you're a famous dude,
Yeah.
I mean, this is what's really evil. These guys prey on, kids that are like poor.
Always poor. Underprivileged kids.
Yeah, not like me, like poor and fat. No.
Nobody
But
does poor and fat?
No, Spacey's not approaching poor fatties.
That's sad.
He's going to like good-looking poor kids.
Were you poor as a kid?
No, I was not. I mean, I grew up lower middle class. We had an in-ground pool.
I'd say that's middle.
Yeah, it's middle class.
That's nice.
We had an in-ground pool.
In-ground pool is nice as
It was
a kid.
6 feet. I've said this before, but you couldn't dive. Like with your pool, I can't dive down.
No, you dive.
I have to dive out. So I have to remember as I'm jumping into your pool that I can't dive down.
That's right.
And that feeling to me, that in midair feeling is poverty. Like that to me, that feeling of just not letting the 300 pounds of myself cascade into whatever depths of the idea that I have to remember that to me is not where I want to be.
No,
I want to be in a situation where I can go as deep as I want. Yeah.
What kind of wealth do you think you're going to acquire?
I think I will die with $30,000 in the bank.
In total, that's it.
In total?
Yeah.
No, I would like to make real money.
Like a lot of money.
I'd like a lot of money.
What in your brainstem is a lot of money? What goes? That's a lot of money. I'm good.
If I look at my career as a comedian and I say to myself, like a realistic projection of by the end of my career, what could I have if I continue on my course?
Yeah.
$6 billion.
Easy.
6 to 7 billion. Wow. If I just keep podcasting, we're going to go twice a week. We'll do a Patreon. If I keep that up, I think $6 billion.
How likely is
But again,
that?
I don't really know how money works or what it is.
Let me just,
so I could be wrong.
Let's get a gauge.
I could be really wrong.
Let's get a gauge.
Yeah.
How much does a car cost?
Great question.
So you really don't? You
No,
have no
I'm kidding.
concept.
I know it all. I mean, no, I don't know. Listen, I mean, if I could make 7 figures a year, that would be great.
That'd be hot.
Yeah, but I mean that's a realistic. Now I look at houses in Hancock Park. I look at $1.8 million, $2 million little Spanish terracotta homes, and I go, that's my fantasy.
That's your dream.
Yeah, it's no longer the Bel Air mansion with gates. It's no longer the helipad and the Palisades. It's a $2 million home in Hancock Park and freedom. The freedom to do what I want.
Yep.
Podcast, talk, do whatever I want.
Did you get a lot of shit for moving to LA from all the New York people?
Not really.
Honestly, did you get any flack from friends that were like, "Don't go out to that"?
I think Bobby Kelly called me. He's like, "What do you think? It's 1995. You gotta go get a deal, dude. What?
Isn't that the pot calling the kettle black a little bit?
Yeah. No. You know what it is? It's. I think right now you guys have led the way in the podcasting world.
Sure.
To a point where I think the New York comics now are actually they're quiet. Oh yeah. They're kind of quiet. They're kind of not nearly. Because you guys, and there's some fucking amazing comics in LA.
There's some good comics,
It used to be where people would be like, New York is the home of stand-up. It's like, that's not, I mean, it's still where you get good at stand-up.
Yeah, you get way stronger because you can do more.
Dude, the amount of great comics in LA. I don't know. Everybody was, and I came out here so much before I moved, people thought I lived here.
Yeah.
So people.
You were here enough.
I was here enough. I always liked it here, and I always knew that, like, I think you just go where good things happen. So I'd come here,
right.
I would good things would happen. I would make videos that were funny because there's not as much stage time. So I would sit around my buddy Ben, and we would sit around in a garage, and we'd go, what could be funny? And we'd make these dumb videos, and then we'd podcast. And I think so. I just started coming back because good things were happening,
and it felt good.
Yeah, and then my friend's family fell apart.
I love that.
It's so
nice. It's so nice.
So nice.
Well,
because you didn't know when it was going to happen.
Right.
I sat through so many awkward dinners. I'm like, when is the breaking point? When are we going to, let's just fold it.
Yeah.
And I would just sit there and just wait for it to disintegrate. But now it's kind of disintegrated, and I found a place among the ruins.
Home. You found home.
Home.
You
in
found
the
a home.
ashes, in the ruins.
That's so nice and sweet. That's truly the American dream.
It really is the American dream.
Wait for someone to shatter,
I feel
fall
bad.
apart.
I'm not a total. I am moral in the extent that I feel bad a little bit
Yeah.
for the children.
Why?
Great question. And that's the one I can't answer. And that's why it doesn't.
That's how you
really-
know I've been living in LA for a while.
Yeah, it doesn't upset me that much.
Why?
Doesn't upset me that much. I feel bad because the little kid's like being taken out of his house, out of his. Yeah, I know. He goes out of his room.
Bye.
And he's like giving his cat a hug. He's like, I'm not going to see you for a while. It's like, come on.
Dude, get out.
Enough.
If you could have moved anywhere in LA, would you have moved to West Hollywood?
I like the Palisades.
Yeah.
I like.
Are you okay with WeHo?
I like that it's near the clubs.
Yeah, that's why I lived
I
there
like
for
it's
so
near
long.
the clubs.
Yeah.
It's also I thrive and feed off mental illness,
That's everywhere.
and I like that there's a lot of mental illness.
Yeah.
I might get sleepy in Glendale or Eagle Rock. I like to walk outside
Yeah.
and I'm just like,
You want to be in the chaos.
it's crazy all day, every day. Just the other day, I was getting a Poke Bowl. Rolls Royce Phantom pulls up.
Yeah.
A woman on a phone. There's little kids in the back. She's screaming on the phone. She just grabs his Pokeballs and then gets back in the car and just speeds off.
Love.
And then for a few minutes, I can just go, what are they about?
Yeah.
What's that life?
Yeah.
When do those kids do coke? 11?
Yeah.
12?
9, 10,
When
11.
do they start medicating? Because mommy's not really interested in being mommy.
No.
So that's the type of stuff where I'm attracted to like that dark stuff.
LA kind of nurtures that idea. A family friend said in junior high, for like us in junior high, it was like a hand job was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Now a blow job is a handshake.
Were you popular in high school?
I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
But like in a weird sense of like everybody knew me, but I didn't have my group was like 3 people.
Yeah, so that's okay. That wouldn't be a popular guy.
I don't know how to explain it. I was popular, but
Did you go to popular parties? Were you
I
in the
did.
popular prom limo?
yeah, I could if I wanted to.
But here now, okay.
But I chose not to a few times.
I don't want to challenge you,
Yeah.
but this is starting to get very suspect.
Well, you can.
No. This whole idea of like,
Well,
I could have if I wanted to.
No, here's what's weird.
This is, I mean, let's be honest.
Here's what
That's
it
like
is.
me being like, oh, sure, a 6-pack. I could have one if I wanted to. And it's like, yeah, maybe. Maybe you could.
I think I was. I'm trying to be a little
Here's
bit
what I think
humble
you-
about it.
here's what I
I
think
won
you-
Mr. High School my senior year.
Did you?
Yeah.
I was nominated for Homecoming King. I
Yeah.
didn't win. They gave it
Yeah.
to a kid whose mother died, and the other kid's father died in 9/11. And
Oh,
then me.
so cheap. So cheap.
I'm the real
You have to have a dead parent
I'm the
to
real
win?
winner
Thank
because
you.
my parents are still alive.
Thank you.
My dad didn't die in a fake terrorist attack that never happened. So you won Mr. High School. Now that isn't even
Yeah.
a real thing. I just want to tell you that's not a real thing. It's not Homecoming King.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
What retarded high school
Yeah.
has Mr. High School?
Well, it was the name. It's Mr. NNHS. It was Mr. of the
Mr.
school.
N-word? Wait, what?
Yeah, Mr. N-word High School.
And this was suburban Chicago.
Yeah.
And you were Mr. High School in senior year.
Senior year, I won Mr. High School. Yeah.
But you're not in the popular prom limo.
I was. I just.
Okay.
Yes, I
so
was.
then why are you not admitting that?
Because I disassociated with a lot of the popular groups. I just didn't really like being.
This is so funny. We're really scratching the surface of a psychosis you have.
Yes.
You're pretending that you're not popular. It's like people in LA pretend they're not rich.
No, I was, but it was also like I didn't.
Do you feel you didn't deserve it? Because I deserve my popularity. I earned
No,
it.
I didn't stay in touch with any of those people. They weren't. I wasn't really close with any of those people. That's what I mean. Like
Because now they're probably very nice, normal, regular, boring.
they have their
people.
lives together. Yeah, they have
Yeah.
all the. Yeah, but I mean, like even right after high school, I didn't stay with friends with anybody. I left Chicagoland. I moved west as fast as I could. So like, I was bleeding to get out.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I got to get the fuck out of here. So I
You
didn't
would reach the pinnacle of that environment.
I just know. I just
were Mr.
I
High
wanted
School,
to
you're
leave
like, I
so
want
bad.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They gave me the high school. I gave it back. I didn't
Right.
want it. I don't need
Who
that.
needs it?
Who wants that on your shoulders?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess popular is it's a weird term. My school was fucking huge. It was like 4,000 people at my school.
Me too.
Are you me tooing me right now?
No, I'm just saying.
Don't me too me right now.
Me too. I had all of those popularity.
And you were popular in high school?
In 9th grade, I was not. 10th grade, I was not. 11th grade, I started to be. And then in 12th grade, I was nominated for Homecoming King. And I went to all the parties. I was in the limo, the prom limo, the thing. I, reached that apex of that high school bullshit. And I realized that that's very important in life.
It's extremely
very important to
important,
be well-liked. Social intelligence is
Yeah.
very important.
What fraternity were you in?
There were no fraternities in my high school.
What fraternity were you in?
There were literally no fraternities.
What fraternity did you?
I was in Zeta. No, but I was in Zeta before I went to high school, junior Zeta in my town. My town was a lot of druggies.
Yeah.
So I was into drugs early and
What'd you get
often.
into?
I got into coke at 13, which I know a lot of people are like, no, you didn't online. And I'm like, it ain't hard.
No, yeah.
Kids are doing it now.
Yeah.
It's not a thing that doesn't happen.
Did you get into hard shit?
Well, I did like cocaine and Vicodin and Percocet. I was
Meth?
Demerol a few times, a couple of morphine pills, never meth. Loved my acid, loved my shrooms, Special K, ecstasy back in the day, wasn't Molly. Consistent weed, loved booze, little gin martini, never hurt anybody.
When did it go away?
25.
Wow.
25, it all went away.
What was the moment?
I was a juror on a murder trial, and I was convicting a man of murder, torture, and rape, and I was sending him to jail for 150 years. And
That's not a realistic time scale. Nobody lives that long anymore.
I know, but this is just that's the way sentences are. If you ever watched,
I don't understand it.
Okay, well, it's the criminal justice system.
I think it's ridiculous.
And it's very important.
You should only be able to sentence someone for as long as they could actually live.
But no, it's a ceremonial thing because you're sentenced on murder 1, and then you're sentenced on all the other things that you committed.
I think murder should be a 10-year term.
I'm a lawyer and a judge.
Are you?
No.
10 years in and out.
But I served on a trial. It's the same thing.
Okay.
So I was in this trial. This is true, and the guy kind of liked me. This dude, he kind of we had a kinship. He was like a chubby Spanish guy, and every now and then I would be eating chips. Like the coroner would be like, and he stabbed her in each eye, and I'd be eating chips, and the judge would shoot me a look, and then I would just kind of go like this. I'd be like, and then the fat defendant would be like, you know, it was fun. We had a good rapport.
Yeah.
And I dropped Altoids once, and I went all over the place, and he just cackled like a madman. And this is in the middle of hearing how he brutally murdered the mother of his children to the point where the medical examiner's like, we stopped at 60.
How many times he stabbed?
Yeah, we stopped at 60 because the tissue damage was so much we couldn't tell how many. But it was boom, 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 boom. And in the middle of that, I dropped Altoids and went all over the place. And literally, he went like this. He went, and I just realized, I thought it was funny too. I was like, me and him were laughing. It was wildly inappropriate. Yeah. But during that trial, when I sentenced him to rot in jail for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you definitely were like, I've had fun with you, but I do need to put you away for 150
Well, he
years.
was guilty, I think. I didn't really listen to a lot of the evidence, but it was like a lot of the other people were super into it every day.
Right.
I was kind of like floating in and out.
Yeah.
Again, drunk.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, I'm looking at this ADA, and she was a fucking beast. Now she's like the fucking whatever in Nassau County, like the DA or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, she gives this closing statement. And let me tell you, this thing was so good. Like, you talk about performance. You talk about somebody who was on that day. She got up. It was so good in the middle of it. He stood up and he goes, I didn't do this crime. Which is like, okay,
I did it.
You buddy.
I did it.
You did it.
I did it.
But it was so good and so intense and so real. And I'm like, this bitch is meant to be doing exactly what she's doing.
Yeah.
Like, she's fucking keyed in. And I was also very jealous because everyone on the jury was like talking to her. And usually they would listen to me during lunch. But like, was her moment.
She took over.
It was really big. And I said, I want to do something that I feel connected to.
Yeah.
And I'm selling subprime mortgages in a strip mall in Long Island. And I had always believed that was my destiny. And it was a nice, fun thing. It was a good thing. It was camaraderie. There was a lot of people around. I said to myself, I'm like, I want to do something like this chick is doing.
Right.
And for me, that was making people laugh. But in order to do that, I had to kind of sober up. Because every night after this trial, me and my friend Bud Munster, who's my friend's father, coolest guy in the world. How cool? I got into 2 boating accidents with him. That's how cool he was. His son wouldn't get on the boat. His son goes, why are you getting on the boat with him? I'm like, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun. And I was first accident, thrown off into a marsh to an egret's nest. These are big stalk-like birds. I'm in the marsh, thrown off a boat, going like 35 miles an hour, open bay, dark, just on, fuck it. Next accident, we smash into the piling of a bridge.
You hit a fucking bridge.
We hit a bridge. I am thrown off the boat because the bridge is like 5 miles an hour, and he's going through at 30. Mistake. And the just bad. And then I get back on the boat, and my back is all scratched and bleeding because as I fell off the boat, I scratched the side of the boat. And then he just looked at me and goes, "You cannot hang out with me anymore." And I said, "Why?" And he goes, "Because I'm trying to kill myself." And then it clicked. It clicked. I'm like, oh. And this was like towards the end of the murder trial because he didn't work. He never worked. And he would come to the murder trial every day. Bud would come every fucking day.
Just to support you?
Just to hang out. And then we'd go to the bars in Long Island at night and just tell people about the whole thing. We were like, you gotta see this. But it all started to come together at that point in my life when he was like, "You can't hang out with me anymore." He's like, I'm trying to kill myself. Like, that's what I'm just trying to do. I'm trying
Did
to
his son
die.
know that?
What?
Did his son know that?
Yeah, that's why I didn't get on the boat. I told his son that. My son's like, "Yeah, that's why we don't get on the fucking boat with him, you idiot." And I'm like, "But he's fun."
Are you still friends with his son?
Yeah. Son's doing great.
But him, you don't talk to Bud anymore.
I would, but he's in Georgia. I love Bud. I mean, Bud was a fun guy.
Could we call him?
I don't know if I don't think he'll answer. But I mean,
He's probably fucked up.
he never answers.
So Bud, and this murder trial were the catalyst for you to get clean.
Yeah, because
You're
I
like, I
saw,
have to.
I'm like, there's a real, we're heading to a bad place.
Yeah.
Because I was drinking every night, close to a bottle of vodka a night.
By yourself?
25 years old. I had a $600,000 house in Long Island that was rapidly foreclosing. I had piles of mail. I was just throwing them in the room. Yo, this. Yo, the county, $50,000 worth of taxes. I would just throw them, just fucking bang a line, do a fucking drink.
You were living a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Get in my, yeah. Well, I mean, we tried to make this a show and no one bought it. So, I mean, a movie would be, that's aspirational, but yeah. And then I would get my Chevy Suburban that I could barely afford to drive. It was a 44-gallon tank. Gas was like $4 at that point. It was brutal. This was 2009, 2008, 2009. Heart of the financial crisis. Nightmare.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to end up dead if I keep hanging out
With these people.
With these people. I'm living this life of people that want to die.
Did you go broke?
Oh, yeah.
How broke?
I mean,
You zero?
I didn't have money. I mean, I was working and I had little money, but
You lost the house.
I lost the house.
Cars, house.
Yeah.
Bank account.
I went zero. I would say I went zero because then I got into comedy and then I was like, oh, I don't need money. And it kind of helps that I don't have a life. I don't have any credit. I have nothing.
Right.
I moved into a small room in New York City in a 5-story walk-up 5th floor with 2 other comics. And, you know,
Who are the comics? Do we know who they are?
No.
Okay.
Yes, but no.
Kevin Brennan.
Yeah, it was Kevin Brennan and Neil. And we
They
lived
lived together?
Yeah. we
That's so
lived
weird that they got back together.
Yeah.
After all these
No,
years.
so it was a real nightmare. But that part of my life was like, oh, it's good. I don't have any fucking money. But it was just, I don't need it.
Right.
I was happy. I was like, I'm doing comedy every night. I'm living like a block from Times Square. And these people, this married couple would fight every night. And I would just walk around Times Square, talk to like hot dog guys. I talked to like halal guys.
The
And
halal
just
guys
smoke
are
cigarettes
they're nice.
with them and talk to them and whatever, And then I would that's kind of how I got good at comedy because I was like, well, there's nothing else. I mean, the mortgage industry is over. I have no money, no credit. I have nothing.
You collapsed.
I collapsed. It was a total collapse.
But it's perfect, and that's what
It
led you.
actually
So how
was
old are you
perfect.
now? 26 at this age?
Yeah,
27?
about that. Yeah,
Wow.
about 26.
Wow, that's fucking incredible. That's like what you needed to get started.
That's
Did you ever want to be a comedian?
Well, I was a child actor from when I was 6 to when I was 12.
That I know. I actually do know that because
Yeah.
I've heard some of your stories. It's
Yeah,
right.
so I mean,
But did you
so-
want to be a comic?
I was always very funny. I liked certain types of comedy. Like I was never a comedy nerd, but I loved Patrice O'Neill. I loved Bill Hicks. I would listen to O&A.
Dead,
I would listen
Dead,
to Stern.
Alive,
Listen to all those guys. I would listen to political talk radio. I thought those guys were always very funny, even though they were wild.
Who do you like now?
As a comic or as just a radio person?
Who do you like now as a comic? What comics are you like? I like those guys.
When I look like people that I'm genuinely very impressed by.
Yes.
Sebastian Maniscalco puts on a Broadway show.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Yes, he's a showman.
Watching him, it's a Broadway show.
Yeah.
Joey Coco Diaz is amazing.
The best.
Cocksucker. I like some more black comic.
Some more?
Some more. DC Improv.
I don't know.
Packs at the DC Improv. Yeah, well, because this industry cares about a certain type of black comic.
Yeah.
But some more is one of the funniest people that you'll ever see.
Well, I see. There's a lot.
Ever.
I'll say this. I'll defend LA in the fact that LA has a good black comedy scene.
Sure.
And independently grown so significantly over the
Yeah.
years. I got to tell you, like D. Ray Davis started Mo Better Mondays.
Yeah.
And D. Ray Davis got famous in the stand-up world, literally from cultivating his own show.
Right.
So I know a bunch of I know how New York, it's so much different. New York black and white comics are much more intermingled. Out
Yeah.
here, there is a white scene, a black scene.
Yeah.
And they cross. But the black scene out here is so strong.
Yeah.
There's so many good black comics out
So
here.
like last year I was doing DC Improv. This year I did the big room. Last year I did the little room, and some more was in the big room.
Yeah.
And you just watch somebody pack out every show.
Yep.
Kill for an hour.
Yep.
With no TV. The industry doesn't fuck with her at all. And the stuff, dude, is funny.
Yeah.
Like it's brutally funny.
Yeah, the industry likes
Yeah.
a certain kind of black person.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah.
Half white.
Yeah.
Yes, queen.
Perfect hair.
Perfect hair.
Yeah, everything looks perfect.
The name is like Gawujo Abagabi.
They love a Bagabis.
They love that. And that's who they go with. But
Yeah.
go with somebody who's 50, has seen life, has shit to say, is funny,
Yeah.
can make everyone laugh, no good.
You know Lunel? You know Lunel?
I love Lunel.
Okay, Lunel is another person that I think I've never not seen do well.
Crush.
Every single time.
Yeah.
And she's somebody that the industry does this thing with, they're like, she's great, right? And then you'd go, yeah, you should put her in some shit. And they'd go, well, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
They would have, they have no, you know what I mean? They don't want to
Yamanika's
admit it.
getting loved now.
Yeah.
Yamanika Saunders. Yamanika Saunders has been one of the funniest people.
Yeah, she's hysterical.
Ever.
But she gets
Yeah.
loved now because of
Yeah.
people pulled her into the system, helped her get more into
Right,
the system.
right.
The business itself didn't do shit for her until
100%.
she made them do shit
And
for her.
she's as deserving and as hardworking as you
Yeah,
can
she's
be.
phenomenal. So I think what's interesting about LA, just to bounce back, is like I think LA does a great job with cultivating a good black comedy world.
Yeah.
The unfortunate truth is the business itself just has this very
Well, the business
obvious
just
idea.
likes milk toast,
Kevin Hart.
mainstream. Well, no.
Kevin Hart set the standard for a black idea of what the industry goes. We love this guy as a black comedian.
Right.
That's what I mean.
And Kevin Hart, I wouldn't even say it's the black. I think he's just the standard of mainstream comedy. I wouldn't
Yeah.
even say it's the black standard. I think it's just the standard for a
Sure.
mainstream comedy. That
For the
industry
most
feels
mainstream
comfortable with.
commercialized comedy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they love that he's black. That's my point.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what I'm saying.
huge. It's a huge thing for a lot of guilty white liberals going to bed in their houses in the Santa Monica Canyon, and they, but they got 10,000 square foot homes, but they're the good guys.
They're the nice guys.
They're the good guys.
We're the good guys.
They're the guys that are concerned about global warming, but not enough to sit next to me in row 18 of a Delta flight. They're not that concerned. They're still hopping on a private jet.
Right.
They're still going to.
It's a Tesla.
Yeah,
It's a
I mean,
Tesla.
one of my favorite stories. The day before I do Rogan, I go get a book to give him, conspiracy book. I get it from people in the Palisades. They have an $8 million home in the Palisades. I open the door. It's two old people standing there. I go, what do you guys do? They go, we're activists. And it's like, are you really? Are you really activists?
Yes, they're
Boy,
active.
that's paying well. That's really doing well.
Yep.
Yeah, so
where the money is.
There's a lot of cognitive dissonance in LA between what it is and what people project. They project that's where you get that mainstream liberal kind of like, we care about everybody, but the reality is they don't. This industry is essentially human trafficking.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's built on the bodies of destroyed human beings, and you can
100%.
see them. You could see them as they get out of their cars to sell real estate or to wait tables, and they're pensive and cat-like, and they're always
Yeah.
and they just look like and they smell like cigarettes and Vicodin, and Vicodin doesn't have a smell, but it's kind of that chalky
Chalk.
feel, and they're just hollowed out husks of human beings, and that's who the business is really built on. The failures, the demons. There's a great Broadway show right now called The Ferryman. It just won a Tony for Best Play. It's really good. You probably don't see plays right, but
No
it's
way.
good. I mean, it's or book. You read books ever? You a book guy? That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So, but it's if you by accident, if you're ever whatever, if you have to do it. But
What if I'm in jail?
the play, right?
Then I'll read a
right.
fucking
It's
book.
like,
When I
then
go
you'll
to
see a
prison.
play. But there's this great quote from Greek mythology where there's like 1,000 undead souls wandering the earth waiting for the ferryman to take them to hell.
Wow.
They can't even get to hell or heaven. They can't get anywhere. They can't even get into Hades. They're just undead wandering looking for the ferryman. And that's kind of what I feel about LA.
Yeah.
You just look at people.
This is the undead.
This is the undead. You look at them, and then some of them are doing great.
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of people here where it's like, oh, you're just waiting for someone to say, that's enough now. That's enough. Somebody goes up to you as you're just serving a cappuccino to some businessman. You're hoping he notices the shape of your face and
Yeah.
lets you do something.
I want you on a sitcom,
You
Tim.
want some old, nice woman to come in and go, hey, honey. And she's warm. She smells like grandma. And she says, hey, that's enough now. Why don't you come home? And then they're skinny, and you look at her and you go, Grandma? And she takes you home, and you eat biscuits in Georgia. The end. But most people don't do that. Most people just fade away.
They fade.
They fade away.
What are your parents still together?
Well, my mother's a schizophrenic.
Love that.
In a mental institution. And my father...
Did you visit? Do you visit?
Selfishly left. No, I'm kidding. Instead of moving in there with her. I do visit her once a week, yeah.
Once a week?
Yeah, when I'm in New York, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. She's doing good. I mean,
is?
Well, she's schizophrenic, but...
So what?
You talk to a lot of people in our business, you go, she's only a little further than they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that we know, the end will not be good. The end will be in an institution where their day is planned for them.
Yeah.
The end does not end with freedom for many of the people that we know. It ends in a very bad place where they are looking at the ceiling, and they're heavily drugged. I mean, like somebody will stand in a room and watch them take their medication and go, did you really take it? And they have to go like that to show that the pills are no longer in their mouth. That is how it ends for many of our friends. But for a few of them, they'll do well.
It'll be nice.
It'll be nice.
How are you going to end?
I don't know. I hope like that, but also in a big house in Bel Air. I hope it's the best and worst of both worlds. Like, I want it to be all and nothing.
Yeah.
Just 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you consider yourself on the scale of like honestly? Will you consider yourself a righty or a lefty? What do you lean more to?
Politically?
Yeah, what do you lean more to?
Interesting.
Really? Genuinely. Be genuine.
I'm not a lefty.
No, you're not.
Not a lefty.
But you're not really a righty.
I don't know that I'm a righty. I think in a perfect world I would be more of a righty.
Yeah.
Like if everything was like if we could start over again.
Yeah.
I believe in people having freedom, but at the end of the day, the system that we have now is kind of the worst of both worlds.
Sure.
We have public and private, and they're intermingled. And I'm much more interested in the dark underbelly of dark money, of bribery, of corruption, of people that are compromised in a million different ways, institutionalized criminality. I mean, that's a shit that, sometimes I've talked about on my show. I think all of these people, even the presidents, are actors that are cast in these roles. And I think there are billionaire families and institutions and power factions behind them that are allowing them essentially to serve at the pleasure of these real power people. And that if they ever go against them, or if those people feel that they're not good for the overall picture, they can get rid of them in many different ways. Whether it used to be murder, they would just kill people like Kennedy's, they would kill Martin Luther King. Now there's enough dirt on everybody to force people out with scandals, the Elliot Spitzers, people like that. You could if you anger the wrong people, they can kind of just get rid of you. So I think that a lot of these conversations we have is like left, right. It's kind of like these are false choices.
Yes, they are.
Because the reality is we're in a hell of a mess and we're not getting out. That's what I come to tell everyone.
Sure.
We're not getting out. It doesn't get better.
No.
Your thoughts have no value. It doesn't matter what you believe or what you say, or none of that matters. We're past the peak of this empire. It will disintegrate. It will maybe slowly, like this, hopefully.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's never been an empire that had the military strength that we do in the financial position we're in, which is $20 trillion in the hole. But we still have the biggest, strongest military. So that is interesting. Because that you go, well, at that point, do you go, is a war needed? Something's needed. But I don't know what'll happen. But I'm one of these people. The problem with politics is you go out to lunch with people and they go, if we just did this, it would be okay. And you go, no, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think if we just did this, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do things like we should have health care, we should have all that stuff. But we are past peak. We're overextended all over the world. It's a 50-year orgy we've got drunk on cheap credit and unsustainable foreign entanglements and wars. We've done crazy things. This doesn't turn around. I don't think.
So what's the way out? War?
No, there's no way. I mean, the way out is the gates. The gates here. Put the gates up, privatize, take the water, take the air, and ignore the tents, which is what the people here do. You see, the rich have left the planet. Literally and, figuratively, and maybe one day literally. They don't care anymore. The rich are no longer invested in this country running as a country. And this has been, private transportation, private schools, private this, private that, private communities, private firefighters. Kim Kardashian and them hired fucking private firefighters to go all over, to go up in Calabasas. They're uninterested in this running anymore. They're more interested in what their friends in London are doing, what their friends in the other, in the United Arab Emirates are doing. They don't give a fuck anymore. They don't care. It doesn't matter to them.
Isn't that nice, though?
It's beautiful. I'm trying to get to there.
Yeah,
I want to get to there. I'm trying to get to be one of those people.
That's so nice.
Who gets
like when you
there.
say private firefighters?
Oh, yeah, everything.
Wonderful.
I want that.
Wonderful.
I want that.
I do that on a small level, right? We
Yeah.
all do it.
We all do it.
Okay, I have a guy that does my fucking lawn. I have a guy that does my pool. Can I do those things? Sure.
Okay.
I'm not going to do those things.
I think you're trying to make yourself sound a little bit. I'm talking about
No, I'm saying we do it at small scale, and it only gets
killing the fucking president if he fucks up.
Yeah.
You're talking about lawns. We're talking about
Same
what
thing.
if Kennedy doesn't run?
Yeah.
What if he doesn't run? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, there's a journalist who got what? He got tipped off? Well, we're going to hijack his car remotely and send him into a tree. I'm not talking about you got a pool guy. I love that you got a pool guy. I'm talking about real operators.
Yeah.
Blood. When they're eating the steak, the blood drips out. They have the taste of blood, and they love the feeling of being able to just manipulate and control.
Mm-hmm.
And it is nice to have a lawn person too. But I get it. We all do it on a small level.
We all fucking take shit on a small level.
You
do shit on a small. He drove you here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's true.
Yeah. You see
I don't
what I
have
mean?
a license.
Yeah, but you could.
Well, I do.
Yes.
Suspended.
Why?
Come on. I've never gotten along with the New York State Department of Transportation.
Whose fault do you think that is?
I think it's both.
Yeah.
I'm willing to take a little bit of the blame,
But it's mostly
But I
them.
think they have to also come to the table
Sure.
and understand that yes, my license has been suspended 30 times. Yes, I have left the scene of accidents. Yes, I have not paid my tickets. Yes, I used to drive around in a Suburban with bald tires that would go all over the road. And when I was pulled over, I had nor license, nor registration, or insurance. And a cop said once, what are those? And I said, how about none of the three? But I'm white, so he's like, you nut. And I left. And that taught me a lesson that being white matters. It's sad, but it does. And I would just so I got to pay them, I think, $2,000. And then I'll be back in business.
Then you're good to go.
Then I'm good to go.
2 G's and you're out.
Yeah, but I should do it. It's just, I have the money. I should just do it, but
Principal?
no, I'm just Ubering.
Yeah.
I should do it. And I just borrow people's cars without a license.
And then if you get pulled over here, then you start a whole new system of downfall in California.
Well, if I get pulled over here, I like to be on my feet. I'm good when the pressure's on.
Yeah?
When the cameras are on, I'm ready.
The camera's on right now. You're good.
No, if the cop pulled me over, I'd be like, I don't even, wait, what?
Do you know why I pulled you over?
No, sir, I don't know.
Well, because you were speeding excessively and changing lanes without a signal. Can I see your license and registration?
Absolutely, sir. Let me see. I have my New York State. This is a non-driver ID. It's the same license number. You can go check it out. Now you go see it's suspended. Now you're back to the car.
Hey,
Hi.
your license is suspended.
Wait a minute. Where?
In New York. You're from New York?
I am.
How long you been living in Los Angeles?
I've been living here a while, sir. I just, maybe my mail's not going to the right location. Suspended? I can't believe this. This is suspended?
Yeah.
I cannot believe this.
So you don't have a California state driver's license?
I
Or do you
don't
have
have a California state driver's license.
Do you have any kind of license to operate a vehicle at all?
Well, I have one in New York, sir. I can operate a vehicle.
It's suspended, so.
I thought it was in good standing, but I had no way of knowing that, sir.
Wait a minute.
I have no way of knowing that. Do you know Ray Kelly?
Are
You know Ray Kelly, my father? You
Is
know
that, wait, that's your father?
That's my father.
Oh.
The Chief of Police Ray Kelly is my father. Here's what I'm going to tell you to do right now.
Uh-huh.
Here's what you're going to do. You're going to get back in your car.
Okay.
You're going to shake my hand. You're going to get back in your fucking car. And you're going to go home and you're going to say that you met the son of one of the greatest civil servants that's ever lived. Okay? You know what New York was doing before my father took it over? Okay? They were fucking corpses on the street. Okay? And you know what they're doing now? They got kids flying kites. That happened in the span of 15 years because of my father and a man named Rudolph Giuliani. So, sir,
Yeah.
are you a white man, sir?
Yes.
Okay, good. What I want you to do you love this country?
More than anything in the
Okay,
world.
do you love Donald Trump?
More than anything
That's
in the world.
right. So what I want you to do is I want you to see who's an ally.
Uh-huh.
We're allies,
Yeah.
okay? Because
Yeah.
they're coming. And
Yeah.
you know we're the first ones that are going to go.
You're right.
Straight white men. Mm-hmm. So what I want you to do is get back in that car, and I want you to go home and kiss your wife and kid. You got a kid and a wife, sir?
I got both, yeah.
I want you to go home and kiss him, and I want you to you tell your wife, and I want you to tell your kid that there are still good men in the world that realize that we're in a fight. You're in that fight, aren't you, sir?
You bet your ass.
Thank you. Heil Hitler. And then he leaves and gets back in his car. And Ray Kelly's not my dad. But you see, he got so caught up in it. See, he got...
Do you know the one part that made the most sense to me?
What?
The Heil Hitler part. Life is really good.
Yeah, I mean, life is good. Are you going to have babies soon?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
I want to try.
That's going to be awesome.
It's going to be fucking wild.
Yeah.
Would you ever want kids?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't fucking. Who knows? Who cares?
I'm so far away.
Well, that's the hardest part about Los Angeles.
I'm living in a home right now because there's children's lives are being ruined.
Yeah, but
hard for
but
me.
you don't have to care about other people's kids. I really
Yeah.
don't believe in. I don't believe.
Their lives are not being ruined. I'm kidding around. They're rich. Here's the thing.
Yeah,
It's
they're
a lot
rich.
better to be rich and in an emotionally unstable situation than to be poor and have everything be great.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
It's 100% true.
Well, because you grew up. So you grew up with okay money.
Little bit.
Then went poor on your own.
Then went poor.
Now
on
you're
my-
back on your feet.
Back on my feet.
Does your family support you at all or no? No, not financially. In the sense of you.
They love my comedy. My dad loves it.
Well, then that's great. That is
Yeah,
support.
they-
What
yeah,
else do you
they-
need?
Yeah.
Like I've never taken a dime from my parents,
No.
and I feel good about it.
I mean, my stepmother, they just bought a little cottage. She's like, you'll own this one day. I'm like, when? You'll live for another 40 years.
Yeah, and you'll be dead before them.
I'll be dead before that.
There's no doubt.
So,
No, you'll live a long time. You'll live a long
I'm
life.
gonna lose weight.
You know
No.
why you'll live a long life, honestly?
Yeah.
And you can talk about that in a
Yeah.
second, but being genuine. You talking about like falling down kind of in your own worst way. You're the most like the reason I think you're so funny, truthfully, not to suck your dick, is you're the most clean-minded version of yourself. Like nothing's holding you down. There's no crazy lies that you're fucking beholden to. There's no like life that you're lying to live, right?
no.
Like
it's all honest.
Yeah, you're all out.
It's all
You're done.
legit. It's
So
all legit.
I feel like when comics become all undone, that's when they get the most funny. When they're like,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you
Yeah.
all the shit.
Well,
That's probably why
That's
That's probably why you're actually happy now.
Well, yeah,
Truly.
but I also gotta I gotta lose 50 pounds. I smoke cigarettes occasionally in LA now when I never did that in New York ever.
You never smoked?
Never. But
Is it him?
no, it's I smoked in New York
Yeah.
when I was young, when I was in my early 20s, but then I just quit for 7, 8
Everybody
years.
smoked in their early fucking 20s.
Right. And now I'm in LA and it's like cool nights and sometimes I have a cigarette. It's like not good. But what I want to do is get
Wait,
rid of that.
go back.
Yeah.
You like smoking at night, right?
Beautiful.
Isn't it so nice?
It's the best thing in the world.
As
I
someone
hate
who
during
doesn't
the day.
smoke.
I could like actually not smoke all day
yeah.
and at night just start going crazy.
It's so funny. As someone who
Yeah.
doesn't smoke anymore, I smoke a little bit, and nighttime is the only time I want to sit outside and smoke,
Yeah.
and have just a little cocktail. I get exactly
it's a
why
very
people do it. Yes.
conversational, like, hey.
Yes.
You know who sucks? You know what comic I don't, you know? You know who I hope dies?
Go. Tell me who.
No, I don't want to.
Hey, you want to lose 50 pounds is your goal? Is
That's
that a
my
number?
goal.
Is that a real
well,
number?
I would like to use more than that, but I think 50 is a very definitive number that's very doable, and I have to do it. And
How?
Well, I'm going to start. I got to eat better, and I got to start exercising.
What does that mean? Eat better. That's a vague term that people
I don't
use all
even
the
eat
time.
that bad. You know, once you get to a certain level of weight, the problem is your body just sustains.
Sure.
I don't eat bowls of ice. I don't eat the worst things in the world.
You do love ice cream though,
Well, I haven't had it in a while.
but you say you love it.
I do love it. It is the best food.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the best.
That is the most satisfying food?
There's nothing better. I
Which-
can prove
which-
it. You give it to a 1-year-old, the 1-year-old goes, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
Give it to the baby, it just got on Earth, and goes,
Right.
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is... You have to acquire a taste for everything else.
Yeah.
Steak, lobster, all that shit.
What's your vice? Now that you got rid of addiction, so to speak, I know you're an addict, once an
Yeah.
addict, whatever. What's your vice though? What's the thing that you go, I can't get away from this thing? Whether it's food, a thing.
I think food would be up there.
That is?
You know, food's probably bad.
What's the one thing that makes you that you're like, I feel bad every time I do it, but I love doing it?
Murdering a dog. No, I think it's just like eating something that's wrong.
What is wrong?
Eating something decadent and wrong.
Deep fried.
No, I actually don't like fried food. I'm not a huge fried food guy.
So what? So when you say
Here's what I'll do. Here's
cake-
what I'll do if I'm being really bad.
Yeah, give me your
I'll be
bad
like,
boy.
Let's go have a shellfish tower. Let's have a porterhouse. Lobster mac and cheese, corn creme brulee, a little cream spinach, and let's finish it off with like, some homemade ice cream from a steakhouse and a big piece of chocolate cake or chocolate souffle or some, a real suicide meal.
Yeah.
A real problem.
Yeah, but is it a real problem?
If I do, and then Taco Bell every now and then I'll have Taco Bell, which
Taco
is
Bell's
not
dog
good.
shit. Yeah.
Taco Bell's very. Now you say that, and I argue with Rogan about it. It's actually tasty.
Dog shit.
It's tasty.
You're living in the literal one of the best places to get authentic, good Mexican food. Good. I know that's an annoying cliche of Los Angeles,
Did they come here legally?
No.
Okay.
Thank God.
No, I'm kidding. Of course not. But you're telling me,
they're building the wall out of Doritos Locos Tacos shells.
Do you not like Taco Bell as the taste?
Absolutely not. To me.
I grew up with it though. Did you grow up with it? It's a nostalgia thing. To
I
me
had it as a kid.
It was a nostalgia.
Okay, but I'll give you another one. I had
used to-
Domino's as a kid, but I think that tastes like shit.
Oh, it doesn't.
It tastes like shit.
It really doesn't.
That's not good pizza.
Domino's
and I'm not
going to
get into
John's
the pizza
are good.
thing.
Papa
No.
did nothing wrong.
Papa did a lot wrong. Papa Don did wrong.
But, I do have a taste for some trashy food. Pizza Hut. You're going to tell me Pizza Hut is not good?
You know it isn't.
The Hut?
You know it's not good.
The Hut?
What's the most pretentious slice of pizza in New York that every New York cunt is like?
Some black truffle thing.
Yeah.
Some garbage.
But no, from where?
At the Mark Hotel, they have a black truffle pizza, which I actually love.
Yeah.
It's a restaurant that all the Real Housewives go to.
Oh.
It's like a John George restaurant, but it's
Ooh.
it's really good. Maybe it's Daniel Boulou. Who knows? But no, I need to break. Like late night, me and him will go to Bell at like 1:30.
Yeah.
bad.
Well, this skinny cunt can go to Bell. It doesn't
do
matter.
anything he wants.
That's what's annoying.
He can do anything
These
he
skinny
wants.
fucks can do that shit.
He can do anything he wants.
He's never teetered on having a weight that's concerning.
I pray every day that he gets a fast-acting, mysterious cancer
Yeah.
where he doesn't know where it's coming from.
Let's pick one. What
Things
would he
just
get?
go numb.
Let's pick one.
I don't know. I like a blood cancer. I like
Yeah,
a
blood
cancer.
cancer.
I like a blood cancer.
yeah.
And I don't know if it's because the Theranos with Elizabeth Holmes. I like the idea of just blood being like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Blood feels like a real serpentine type of like.
Swimming through you.
I mean, it is, who knows? He's skinny. He's always been skinny. I have problems. It's very tough.
People at home don't know that aren't going to be watching. We're talking about a friend off camera now, and he is very good looking, skinny, in
He's
good
an LA
shape.
guy. When I bring him into parties.
He's good looking.
Well, he's great to bring to these LA parties and everything
Yeah.
because everyone loves him. All that people love him.
Men, women, kids.
Everybody loves him.
Yeah.
You know?
The valet.
Everybody likes him.
Because he's vague in race too. I
Which
don't know
is
what he
good.
is.
I can't-
Is he Cuban or what are you?
No, he's not Cuban. He's just all white.
He's all white.
He's all white, but he's from Texas, and they have a little, they got all
Yeah,
kinds
yeah,
of things
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Native American and all kinds of,
Oh,
Mexican.
whoa. Yeah, I
part
remember.
rattlesnake.
Yeah.
But he's good. I can't bring another bruiser to a party. Like
Right.
when I walk in and I'm like,
Yeah.
people are like, okay, enough. I bring him in, and he's like a waif, and he's like barely there, and he's like, hello. And people love him because they can talk about shit. I won't have certain conversations.
Give me one.
He'll talk about the weather in a nice, polite way.
Oh yeah.
But because he's a sweet guy, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, when I did the thing," and I'm like, "Listen, they're cloning, and they're doing it now." And so a guy like me, two fat people should never be seen together. That's
You
number one.
never hang out with someone overweight?
No,
Never
not
once?
Really. No, I mean I have, for business thing.
Are you embarrassed?
No, I just think people need to bring different things to the equation. A fat guy and a thin guy has been the model forever in successful things.
Yeah.
Laurel and Hardy, Abbott Costello. It's always a fat guy and a thin guy to an extent.
Spade and Farley.
Right. I mean, it's always a fat guy and a thin guy. You can't have two fat people. And two thin people starts looking weird, too. Because it's like, what are they up to?
Well, if they're both, if they're similar thin, if they're too similar in thinness.
You want to, when you go into a place, you want to be memorable and you want to compliment each other. Like me and him compliment each other well.
Right.
Right. I'm like aggressive. I have a very, like my voice is very off-putting.
It's like
It's really perfect for comedy and podcasting.
yeah. It's like when you put a fork on a pan. When you're when you're
exactly
cooking.
right. Because you know why?
Yeah.
Because that's the pan's telling the truth.
Yeah.
And people don't like that. The pan's going, ooh, I'm being scratched now.
I'm being scratched.
But what he does, if you put the fork on like a nice little fucking soft pillow.
Yeah.
And that's what LA is. It's like, oh, the pillow's getting tickled. I'm like, so I think you need friendships that complement each other.
Sure.
That's what I've always found.
Well, you are someone that compliments most people very well because you offset everybody I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anybody that's like you. That's a wonderful thing to be.
Well, yes and no. I mean, everyone
Who's
says
like you?
that, but nobody's like me. But everyone says it's such a great thing to be.
It is.
But nobody in this business wants that. That's
What are you talking about? What does that mean?
What
What do you want? What do you
Everybody
want?
in the industry of this business wants someone who's just like somebody else.
What do you want the industry to want you to do?
Everything.
What?
I think I'm funny enough where they should write me a check and let me do things.
You say,
Because
give
I
me
look
money
at-
and let me go.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at these fucking shows they're making that are disgusting
Go.
and unfunny.
Give it to me.
I mean, a lot of the things that they've made, great shows that are like even SNL now is kind of wacky. And it's some of this stuff is downright unwatchable.
Yeah.
Some of these things that Comedy Central, True TV have made have been downright unwatchable. And they take great talents, really funny people, and they squeeze the funny out of them. They beat the funny out of them with bats.
Why is it?
It's
What do you think
part of the,
does
it's
it?
part of the it's the process.
Yeah.
It's too many cooks in the kitchen. It's a bunch of people that want to be relevant that aren't funny, that are executives and people that work in production companies. It's all very unnecessary. Look at what we're doing now. We don't need 10 people to come in here. This would just slow us down.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
So what I think I would really like an industry that was like, we want a streamlined thing, but we want to give you money and we want to let you do funny, crazy shit. And people are going to connect to it, and we're going to find a way to distribute it online. And we're going to. I still like cool shit. I still love movies. I still love TV shows, but I want things to be better, especially comedy shows.
Basically, you're talking about the early '90s because
I
comedy
don't wanna
was the early.
Yeah, I don't want to surrender the industry to just woke garbage.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And that's what it is. And listen, that's what we're all doing. There's nothing wrong with that. We're all going indie, which is what we have to do.
Right.
But I look at this shit and I'm still a little upset. I'm like, where's Mad TV? Where's shit
Right.
like that?
Right.
Where's stuff like Reno 911 that you can't even do now? Because half of the jokes on Reno 911, if you propose them in a writer's room right now, they'd call the police. So where is this shit?
Like I think you think about that. That's such a great point. When I think
Yeah.
about Nick Swartzen's character Terry from Reno
Forget
911,
it!
you could never pitch Terry now.
Do you know that?
They would go, "That's culturally
You
insensitive."
can't do it.
Yeah, no.
You can't do it.
Why does he always have to be sucking dick?
I don't get it. So what you have is a lot of unfunny people that
Yeah.
are theater. A lot of the industry is people that were like theater kids, people that were like
You were a theater kid though.
I was a professional actor who was paid.
Holy
Relax. I was
shit.
on Sesame Street. I toured around the country with
You
a
didn't
play.
go. You didn't go to theater school.
No, not at all. I was
You
a
have no
professional
formal
actor.
training. No formal training.
It's called training on television.
This cunt.
I had an agent at 7. Thanks. But no, and I'm saying this to be a cunt to be funny, but it's actually a meaningful difference.
Yeah.
Because if you do it professionally, even as a kid, it's competitive and nasty.
It's disgusting.
And if you do it in theater, in high school, everybody's fun and supportive.
Sure.
And those people fucking fail, and that's it. And all the theater kids, my high school had one of the best theater programs on Long Island. You know what it produced? A lot of lawyers. Because you should all be made to take gym and have a fire-breathing dyke chase you around an auditorium. And like Ms. Zenker used to, like, hey, time for the fun run. And you're like, look at this sinful woman. I look at that shit and I go, a lot of these types of kids, dilettantes, people that want to be near the business, but like people that want to be near talented people but aren't talented people,
Right.
They are the ones who fuck up every show. I just did a pilot. You know, one of the notes I got on it was... This was a pilot where I stood on a tour bus and yelled at people. And the note that I got was this: are we going to explore economics through the lens of race and gender? And my email back was no, because it's not a course at NYU. It's a 22-minute show where I'm on a tour bus.
Yeah.
So we're not doing that. What we're trying to do is but the minute that those fucking people began to think that they were important and they were fighting the good fight, everything, they inject all of that into it and they ruin everything. And they ruin funny
Yeah, a lot of funny people shit goes down.
It is really so when you say to me like, we don't care about the industry now. It's easy to say we don't care about the industry. It just depresses me from a human standpoint that a lot of the shit I grew up on that I thought was great, that I'd like to see more of, that is still going on in the podcast world.
Yeah.
And they're still going on in the independent world. Real conversations, real shit. Funny. Why can't we have a version of that fucking on a streaming service or on TV?
You can.
And I mean that's my hope.
But this is the new shit. Is we just have to make our own shit.
Yeah.
So in a weird way, this is by and large the most freeing time, right? The fans have spoken. People are like, I love how many people I've sent your fucking video to on Melrose.
Yeah.
People that go, I would watch this.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So literally the only thing that's
Yeah.
left is it's up to us to just do it.
That's it.
So I think that's the thing is like, as much as I don't enjoy kind of quote unquote what's happening a little bit, to some degree, it's the literal thing I love because I'm like, oh wait, we can do whatever the fuck we want and we don't have there's no parameters.
Absolutely.
I mean, dude, I'm embarrassed to say this and I don't really talk about it because it makes me feel uncomfortable when I'm in around real actors.
Yeah.
Is I've never had literally any training.
Right.
And never once. And I've landed a pretty good amount of jobs.
Right.
And other actors, there's people that have kind of, when I tell them that, they kind of look at you like, oh, you're trash. Like I'm less than. But it's like, dude, I do this thing. Well, this is all the training. So
you have more
just
training than they do.
Well, yeah, to go back to what you're talking about.
They have bicycle.
Right.
They have training wheels.
Right. Right. And you
fucking little show
you
with the
starting as a
groundlings.
fucking kid in acting is what I'm paralleling. It's like, yeah, you jump right in and you fucking do it.
I did a lot of plays. I did a lot of shows in New York City, a lot of black box theaters.
Your parents put you in it, or you wanted to do it?
I wanted to do it. I pointed at the TV when I was like 4 or 5,
Put me in.
and I was like, I want to be in that.
That's funny.
No, the pathology goes deep. You know,
Why though? Why? Something's
I
there.
don't know. I mean, I'm not a doctor. Ask Jordan Peterson.
Jordan, come on in. Your mother was extremely supportive.
She was supportive, but she wasn't like a big stage mom. She was good and supportive. Like, I can't tell you why. Dude, when I watch old movies of myself, and I think a lot of them were destroyed in Hurricane Sandy, thank God, I'd be like 3 going, everyone look at me, I want to put on a play at 3.
Yeah.
Like 3 years old, being like, hey, whole party of people.
Watch me.
And then I would just like smash something in my head because that's what you do at 3. It was a great bit.
So do you think that this is what every comic has to go through? I did the same kind of nonsense.
I don't know. I just feel like
when I was fucking 9, I sung at my parents' wedding.
Yeah.
I thought that was the coolest thing. I sung one singular sensation. Yeah, I was so gay as a child.
One singular sensation. That was my grandmother's retirement song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your grandmother goes out, my parents go in.
I think we all, in a way, a lot of us want that spotlight. And where that comes from, I don't know. Something's deeply wrong.
Yeah, something is inherently incorrect.
Inherently off.
But you're okay with it.
How can you fight what it is? You can't fight what it is.
Well, you could walk away from it. You could just not.
But you can't. I mean, that's why they're all walking around waiting for the ferryman. I mean, sadly, I don't think you can. Yeah. Here's the problem, dude. I actually don't think you can. I think it either works or your life is ruined.
Damn.
I don't think people can. I even think the people that do never fully do.
You think the people that do it never really...
If you're a real comic, and a lot of these people aren't. So if you're not a real comic, it's whatever.
You and I are real professional comedians.
Yeah, I think once you... Whatever that threshold is, once you're in it, it is hard to fucking get out.
Well, I wouldn't want to get out. I wouldn't want to get out.
No. None of us would want to get out. I'm just saying...
Oh.
Anybody, for whatever reason, even if you're not as far along as you or as far along as I or whatever, I just think... Once you're kind of in, you're in.
Okay.
This ruins you for everything else.
Well, let me tell you something.
How can you do anything else after you've done this?
I could get out. I could get out.
You could get out?
I could. I don't want to.
Say that.
I don't want to, but I know it's in the back of my head.
I'm not saying you'd murder your family.
I would.
I'm saying
I wouldn't. I wouldn't even. I would not even.
But I'm
twice.
saying that when you were out, you wouldn't be fully out because this is still so much a part of you in your DNA.
Yeah.
You'd be sitting my friends that are like, you know, firefighters or whatever. They got a hot wife to go on 2 vacations a year. They have a nice little house in Long Island.
Perfect.
When they're on vacation, they're on fucking vacation. They don't care.
Right.
You'll never be able to clear your head completely of this business. You never will. You'll never be able to do it. Even if you get out and you run as far away as you think you can, I'm telling you right now, there'll be a small corner of your mind with cobwebs, and in that corner of your mind will be fucking something from this business. You'll never be able to get rid of it.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I'm on my way out today.
You're going?
This
you're
is
done?
my last day.
Is it really?
I want to say goodnight to my fans, my friends, my family, my dog.
I wish, listen, if it was that easy.
If you had to get out, where would you go, though? If it
you
was
got to run.
Where?
A small town in New England.
I already know where I'm at.
Where?
A little island off the coast, a little island off of Sicily. And I would be a little shitty fisherman off the coast of Sicily down there.
That's such a you read that in like a John Grisham novel.
I don't read. You know that I don't read books.
But
I've never read a book.
Into a TV
I've
thing,
never
probably.
read a book front to back.
Is that true?
100%.
Interesting. I love LA. You just come right out with that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, no, I'm from Chicago, and none of those people read books either. It's just different.
They've read Mein Kampf.
Well, the Bible? Is that what you're talking about?
That they've read.
You're talking about the Bible?
They've read My Awakening by David Duke.
Okay. The Bible?
The Bible.
Yeah, you're talking Old Testament, New Testament.
The Giordano's pizza menu.
I've read that 1,000 times.
I love Giordano's.
Yeah, and Lou's. I like Lou's too. Look at this guy. They're both delicious.
Pequod's is good.
Pequod's is fucking wonderful.
Portillo's is good, but I couldn't do the cake shake because they said the chocolate cake was made with mayonnaise. And then I just felt gross because I saw the cake and the way it glistened. I'm like, oh, that is a mayonnaise chocolate cake.
You didn't try it?
No, is it good?
Oh, fuck. Come on.
I know.
I hate man. There is not mayonnaise in this home. I don't.
I like mayonnaise.
I don't
like
fuck with
mayonnaise, but
okay.
I don't want it in my chocolate
I don't
cake.
like it.
Okay.
I'll eat the fuck out of that cake any day.
Really?
It's fucking phenomenal.
I just start picturing how they make it with chocolate and mayo, and it's just
It's
ruins
gross.
it.
I hate mayo in general. It's repulsive.
But it's a really good. Everyone said it's so soft.
so soft because
the
of the mayo.
frosting.
Fluff. I mean, it's like just a little piece of a cloud.
God,
We should go get one
Have
right
you
now.
ever tried the cake shake? It's in L.A., buddy.
What?
We're in L.A. You
So
can't get
do you not know?
What, there's a Portillo's here?
There's a
How
Portillo's here.
disgusting is that?
Buena Park.
So gross. What about the shake that they put the cake in?
Yeah, the cake shake is delicious.
Fluffy has like 20 minutes on that. He's like, I have a cake shake. And everyone's like, ah. He's very talented.
Do you know that's
And
fake?
I would open for
Do you know that's fake?
What?
His weight, it's a fat suit.
Is it true?
Yeah, he was 119 pounds.
And he's white?
He's white.
He's a hipster from Echo Park? He's a white hipster from Echo Park?
I say that about a lot of my friends. I make jokes like that all the time. Just if somebody's new, like, you obviously aren't gullible like that, but like if someone in the comedy community is new and they're like, oh, I met so and so all the time. I always go like Brad Williams. He's a midget. Every time I'll go, that's a bit.
Yeah, it's what he's
That's
doing.
a whole bit.
He's just doing that for the
That's
stage.
a bit. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, he's not.
He actually
short.
has full legs.
He just folds them up. He folds them up.
He folds them.
Miss Pat, not a fat black woman.
Not a fat black
Not
woman.
even a little.
She's a Korean girl.
She's a small Korean woman. Very quick. Very quick. Maneuvers through the club, puts on the suit, gets in.
Miss Pat is a Korean woman.
She's one of the funniest people. Me, her,
fucking
Bobby.
hysterical.
Me, her,
dude.
Bobby Kelly, Montreal Comedy Festival.
Yeah.
Last year, we're at a restaurant.
Mm.
They bring over 3 wings. Okay? Miss Pat is on her phone, FaceTiming her daughter, going, beat them kids on the phone. Beat them badass kids. Hit them in front of me. Are they acting up? Hit them. And then you hear like, Miss Pat's like, get him. And the kid's like, ah! In the restaurant, the people, the French Canadians are terrified.
Yeah.
They bring over 3 little wigs. It is me, Bobby, and Miss Pat.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Pat calls the waitress over and goes, what the fuck we gonna do with these wings? What am I gonna put them in my pussy? It was the funniest thing I have ever seen in my life. She's so funny. Me and her, Bobby Kelly, hiked. Have you been to JFL ever?
Yeah.
There's a mountain you can hike up.
Yep.
And me, her, and Bobby hiked up the mountain and then got ice cream at the top of the mountain. It was the funniest
That sounds
thing.
like a beautiful day.
It was a great day.
By the way,
I mean,
you're hanging out with 3 overweight people now.
they're
2 overweight people.
yeah.
So you say you don't do that
Well, no, they
out of the country.
we're out of the country, and also that's business.
Business you're allowed to.
When you go to a party, if you're going to bring another person, this is my only point. You can't bring yourself.
Yeah.
You got to bring somebody else.
That's funny.
You know,
I used to go to Louis with a lot of parties. We would go together.
Louis C.K.
Yeah, a lot of parties.
Do you know each other?
Very well.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm fighting for the guy.
You look alike.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a great comedian.
I don't know him at all.
I know you don't.
I met him twice. Actually, he was very nice when he came and did shows at the store, and I really did like him a lot. And man, I can't wait till he comes back.
Yeah,
I
me
can't
too.
fucking wait till he comes back.
Me too.
He's going to do this beautiful big manifesto on stage. It's going to be this like wonderful piece of comedy truth. It'll be like a Chappellian type of.
I hope he comes back with like a Nanette. Yeah. From the other side.
Like he got raped.
Like a genius Nanette.
Yeah.
But for the alt-right.
Did you watch Nanette?
Which everyone is saying he is, which is so stupid. He's not at all. He's actually a very brilliant guy.
No, they say he's a moron.
They're so stupid.
Yeah.
These fucking dirtbag writers that make $300,000 a year to not die in a writer's room. These fucking pigs, these fat slobs. These disgusting pigs.
Did you watch Nanette?
Of course.
Yo, you did.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
It wasn't for me, but I'll tell you this. Some of the specials after that have made Nanette look like Bring the Pain. I didn't know how good Nanette was. I watched some special. I'm like, oh, fuck. Nanette is great.
Yeah.
You see some comedy in L.A., you're like, Nanette is phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, it's a thing, man. It was not nearly as annoying as the press that surrounded it. Like all those articles were like, comedy's over.
Right. But that was that was one voice. Just like the other voice that was saying, like, this is the revolution of comedy. I also disagreed with so heavily. It's like, no, this is not the future of comedy.
We don't really need anyone to write about comedy
Yeah, that's the
anymore.
biggest problem with comedy.
We don't really need anyone writing about it. We have the fans. They can tell us. We actually don't need your
reviews
shitty,
are ridiculous.
We don't need your shitty think piece that's written from your MacBook your father bought you, and your dad's paying your rent, and you're sitting there and firing off these dumb articles.
Right.
You know, close it all down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down.
They have a job. They have a job to do. That's like when anything is written in.
They do have jobs, and I don't mind. Listen, I don't mind. It is what it is. It's all
bullshit.
When you were talking to me, I love bringing things full circle. I'm very good at this.
Yeah.
When you're talking to me about being a parasite and being a vulture, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody in their own way is just cannibalizing everybody else's shit. So they cannibalize the art that was made, and then people cannibalize the critiques, and then everybody cannibalizes everybody, and that's it. And then we all eat each other, and it makes way for new life.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
We eat each other, we shit each other out, and that births into
That's
the
why you
earth.
have to eat them. You have to eat the pain. And
Well,
you
that's
go,
what they say.
you can't wait around for people to falter and then eat their pain. No, you have to eat
You
their
have
pain.
to eat their pain
You
for
have to
them.
cannibalize their pain, because if not, the lizard people will do it. And if the lizard people do it, they're going to get all the benefits of the negative energy. You have to eat the negative energy. Eat the pain.
Who's the head lizard now? Do you know who it is? Is Joe Biden lizard? Somebody told me he was lizard.
He'd like to be a lizard.
Yeah, he can't make it. Biden can't make it as a lizard.
He's kind of a lizard.
Yeah, but not fully.
No, it's always, here's the thing there is no head lizard person. They all shift. And that's the thing what people don't understand about conspiracies. They think it's one group, or they think it's 5 guys in a room with cigars. It's actually, and this was a guy that said this on my show, it's just society at the highest levels perpetuating itself. That's all it is. It's not neat, and it's not clean. It's people that will go to war with each other immediately, but when they're faced with a common enemy, they'll band together because they have that solidarity. It's people that are in big business, government, media, all over the place. Wherever they are, Hollywood, they're at the apex of society, and they'll do anything to stay there. Anything. They'll arrange the game in any way that it is favorable to them. And the ways of doing that would blow people's minds. The ways that people maneuver, the ways that they can exert control on other people would fascinate people.
Yeah.
That, I think, is what's truly fascinating. When you look at these fucking senators and congressmen that all show up to Washington, D.C., and almost immediately they start voting against the interest of their home districts.
Right.
The people that they've grown up with their whole fucking lives. Sorry, Ma. You're not getting that fucking implant. Shut up. You go, how did this happen? And then you realize, the pressures that are on them are coming from all these different places. A lot of those people are having extramarital affairs. Some of them have drug problems. Some of them have cheated on their taxes. Some of them are into much worse, sicker things. And there are ways that people can hold them in a place and make them do what they want and make sure that they are useful. And that's what this has been going on for a very, very long time. You compromise people and you put them in the position of doing what you want. And some people don't even have to be compromised because they just do it fucking anyway.
Yeah.
Because they're just in it for the money. But that's, I think, the difference. I don't think people realize how widespread that is and how effective people are at getting people to do what they want. Yeah. And that's what it is. But that's all it is. It's not like 5 people in a room.
No, it's not some secret club. It's all over the place.
No, it's how do we make this happen? How do we get this guy out of power in a democratically
Or how do we
elected
put the
country?
right guy into power?
Yeah.
Donald Trump is the best example. They put him into power.
No, Donald Trump's actually, I would say Donald Trump, they didn't care. Here's the thing. They don't care who's in power. It doesn't matter.
That's why they put him there. See, I think he's a good pawn.
I think they were, some of them wanted him in, some of them didn't.
Yeah.
Some of them thought it'd be a good opportunity. Some of them would have rathered Hillary because she played the game for a lot longer. But at the end of the day, these people don't care.
You voted for Ron Paul.
I didn't vote. I just don't vote. I live in New York. I don't care. I voted for George W. Bush once, Obama once, and I stopped voting. Once nothing ever changed. I
Obama
stopped
once,
voting.
but not Obama too.
No, because nothing changed. Obama
Yeah.
won. Then you got to get to a certain point when you realize nothing changes.
Yeah.
Nothing real, other than like the social things that, gay marriage will happen, and this will happen, and that'll happen. And I'm not saying to totally disengage, but the foreign policy, economic policy, things like that, it's not huge. Like, we're just going to do a lot of what Obama came in and was like, the American military, we cannot do things. And then we're at war for 7 years, drone striking every secret prison, CIA, kidnapping.
It's all the same shit.
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
Is Trump going to win again?
People like to think it matters because then they matter.
Yeah.
Because if that matters, then well, I don't know. You got to win my vote.
Right.
I don't know who I'm voting for. You shut up. You shut up. Eat the cake shake. Die.
Eat the cake, shake, and
You
die.
fucking have a say. You don't have a say. Imagine you had a say in Schaumburg, Illinois, eating a fucking heart attack. Imagine someone came to you and said, what do you think the trade policy should be? You don't have this. You've never had a say, but nobody likes that.
Right.
Nobody likes that. It's hard to admit. People want to have, you just don't have a say. You think you do because you vote. It's fun. You go this team and my team and you and me. They don't get, they bomb. Why did we go into Libya? Did anyone explain that? We fund Saudi Arabia. They're doing a genocide in Yemen. They don't ask. They don't go, hello, okay. They don't shut down a Denny's for 5 minutes and go, everyone, along with your checks, we are going to hand out a slip of paper. Are you pro or against the genocide in Yemen that we're currently funding? Yes, check, no, X. Thank you. We're tabulating ballots. We're going to decide. No one cares what you think. So if you realize that at an early age, like I realize that, you run the risk of alienating people that think you're a bad person. Like people come to me and go, oh, you're a cynical, bad person because you don't care about other people. Like, no, I care about other people, but I'm intellectually honest enough to know that nobody came and asked me before they gave Saudi Arabia all these weapons.
Right.
Nobody came and asked me before they backed. Nobody came and asked me before they went and knocked over 5 Middle Eastern countries after 9/11. No one came and asked me before they just do this shit. They just do it.
And you're a part of it.
You're a part of it. And you have to sit here and go, okay.
But you know what you do?
Yeah.
You eat the fucking cake shake.
Yeah, eat the cake
eat
shake.
Eat the fucking cake shake.
Eat the cake shake. Eat the poke bowl.
Eat the poke bowl, you
do
fucking
what you
cake
want.
shake
Be nice
loving
to your
motherfucker.
brother. Half these people on Twitter that are like, you're humanity. They haven't seen their brother in 5 years.
Yeah.
Be good to the people you can be. You want to force political change? Do it. I'm proud of you. That's not what I do. I make people laugh. Good for you.
Yeah.
If you feel that you can do it, go do it. Great. Edward Snowden thought he could do it. He's in Moscow now. Michael Hastings wanted to do it. His car immolated right outside of Osteria Mocha on Larchmont.
Right.
Kennedy wanted to do it. Martin Luther King wanted to. You see what I'm getting at here? You see where I'm going here? Obama thought he wanted to do it, and then he goes, I'll just go on Ellen and dance. And everyone went, great. Bombs away. And he'll just dance. None of these fuckers care. They just want a president that represents America who's a good faker. Trump's not a good faker.
No, he's a bad faker.
Trump owns the Miss Universe pageant. He's a wealthy, cocky narcissist who's the worst face of the American empire.
He's the American dream.
He's exactly what we are.
He is perfectly America.
There's a great line in the movie Nixon.
Yeah.
It was made by Oliver Stone. Some people didn't like it. I fucking love it.
What do you mean? I think people like that movie.
I love it.
Yeah, I like
a lot
it.
of these pretentious cunts that have never done anything are like, At the end of the movie, Nixon looks at a picture of Kennedy and he goes, this is the night before he leaves office or close to it. He looks at a picture of Kennedy, he goes, when they see you, they see what they want to be. When they see me, they see what they are. And that's it. When we look at Trump, we see who we are.
Yes.
It's who we are.
Yeah, well, the Kennedys were who everybody wanted to be, this wealthy
Yes.
New England family who lived in the lap of luxury and nothing really mattered and they were all good looking. And Trump is this...
When you look at Obama, a guy who, overcame the racial things, all the problems.
What racial things?
Being half black.
He's half black.
He's half black.
Oh, my God.
It's not just the lighting.
I thought it was the lighting.
I thought it was
the lighting. That was a tan
I used to tell people it was the lighting in Long Island. I'm like, don't worry, Grandma, it's the light. He's Italian, Sicilian. But Trump's who we are. People are uncomfortable. Obama's who you want to be. He's the fucking the guy. He's the Jedediah Bartlett, West Wing. Aaron Sorkin wrote Obama.
He's perfect. He's got
He didn't
he's
write
robotic.
Trump. Who wrote Trump? Let's think who wrote Trump. Aaron Sorkin wrote Obama.
Yeah.
Who would what? Tarantino wrote Trump, or he maybe directed Trump.
No, it'd have to be like. It would have
Adam
to be.
McKay,
Adam McKay did a good job with Vice. Vice was good. It was good.
I mean, I'm friends with Adam, and I know him because we're in the same circle. of Hollywood people that see each other. We live in a similar area. We hang, and we don't agree on everything, but we respect each other as talents. Because he's done The Big Short, and I've done Side Splitters in Tampa, and he understands.
He gets it.
He gets it. But I felt he tried to do everything in that movie, and he did nothing.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Well, the acting was fucking good.
Christian Bale's great, but
he's great.
You're an actor. I'm a comedian.
I'm a fucking comedian.
I'm kidding with you. Dan Soder gets so mad when I call him an actor.
Dan Soder?
Yeah.
But he's a good actor.
It's a great actor.
So that's an issue.
I know. I love what people get insulted by in this business. You're a great actor and you're on a hit show. Shut up!
That's only because comedians have such egos about wanting to always be comedians. There's this comics nonsense.
Comedians should be put in a cage.
Yeah, though they're pieces of shit.
You know the ISIS flame cage?
Know it. Support it.
Comedians should go in the flame cage. That's where they should go in. Shout out to ISIS.
Shout out to ISIS. This whole thing is being broadcast just there. Just for ISIS.
I would do so well in Syria.
You would murder. Murder. Tim Dillon murders Syria.
Because I look like the fat white guy that is a celebrity. Like, that's what they understand about
You're
America.
Kevin James.
They understand that.
Yeah.
And then once I go over, I'm like, you guys have some points. They're like,
this guy.
It would be crazy. It would be nuts.
Do you do the road? Side Splitters you joked about? Do you do the road?
Of course I do.
Are you on the road right now?
I make money.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm going to...
plug dates. You want to plug dates?
Mohegan Sun, June 20th through the 22nd.
Okay.
I'm going to St. Louis Funny Bone, the 27th through the 29th. I'll be at Hilarities in Cleveland, July 19th and 20th. American Comedy Co. in San Diego, August 1st through the 3rd.
Boom. Who do you take with you? Anybody?
TimDillonComedy.com. I used to take an opener out of New York. Now I don't take anyone really. Well, because now it's harder.
That'll change.
Well, I love taking people.
It's just too lonely, man.
Diversity now has become a thing.
For whom?
For a lot of these clubs. So they want to put somebody on the lineup who's like a woman or whatever, which I'm totally cool with. So I don't
You just let them do it.
I just kind of let them do it.
I like to bring someone if I can because I don't want to be lonely.
I like to bring somebody if I can too. I'll check. But sometimes they go, we've already booked someone.
Yeah, no. Well, then just say no. You're the headliner.
That's true.
Yeah, I always like, no, I want to bring someone that I want to bring.
Sometimes I get sick of sharing a room with someone.
Oh, I don't share a room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You make the club pay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But see, I like sharing the room is fun.
No.
Because sometimes I like to talk till like 3 a.m.
No.
But then I get sick of it.
I'll go in your room. We'll hang out, and then I'll go back in my room.
Right.
Like when I bring this.
What if I want to rape you?
I'll leave the doors unlocked.
Okay.
The door's always unlocked.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
So what? Go to TimDillonComedy.com. If you want to go see these dates, go see him live.
It's a lot of fun.
One of the best comics working today, and I it sounds cheap, but I do mean it. I think you're extremely fucking funny.
It's not cheap. I paid $3,500 for him to say this, so it's not cheap at all. Cash.
Don't talk about my prices online. Don't talk about my fucking prices. Go to TimDillonComedy.com.
Tim J. Dillon, DILLON on Instagram and Twitter.
And I'll plug that all in the description. I get yelled at every time people go, you didn't put it in the fucking... All right. I'll put it in the goddamn description.
It's coming. Calm down.
It's coming. Please go see him. Go to AndrewSantino.com for all that bullshit. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
I wish we had a camera and a mic over there for you.
You know what? Who cares?
Yeah, you're right.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.